Hello, this is Jamin Ma, and I will go over the concepts of elasticity. Let's say an iPhone company, they increase their price by $10. The chances are most customers would still buy it. But if a chocolate company, they raise their price by even $1, they might suddenly lose huge chunk of their customers. So how can we explain this inconsistency? Well, the answer is elasticity. Different products have different price elasticity of demand or supply, which measures how sensitive customers or producers react to a change in price. Now, let's take a look at the actual formula economists used to measure elasticity. Elasticity equal percent change in quantity over percent change in price. If the elasticity value is greater than 1, it is elastic. From a business perspective, it means consumers are sensitive to price change and they should avoid increasing the price. If the E value is less than 1, it is inelastic, which means increasing the price might be beneficial for the business. If E value is equal to 1, we know that it is unit elastic, which means increasing or decreasing the price won't really influence the revenue. So let's make this more specific with an actual mathematical example. A chocolate bar company increases their price from $10 to $12, and their sales drop from 1,000 unit to 700 unit. Find the elasticity of demand ED. So we know that sales have decreased from 1,000 unit to 700 unit. That makes it 30% decrease in sales. That will go in the numerator of the equation. We also know that price has gone up from $10 to $12. That is 20% increase in sales. That goes in the denominator of the equation. And these two equations give a value of 1.5, which means demand is elastic and it is not a good idea to increase the price. So moving on, what are some reasons why some products are elastic and some products are not? What are the factors that influence the elasticity of the products? Well, the first reason can be availability of substitutes. If chocolate company decided to increase their price, consumers can easily switch off to eating candy or different chocolate brands. This makes them more elastic, and it forces the company to be price takers, which means they should not sell above the price of the market's price. Another factor is asking if this item is necessity or luxury. Not eating a chocolate bar for a day won't really influence our life. We eat it because we just want to, and that makes it a luxury, not necessity. Luxury items are more sensitive to price changes. The portion of income can also influence this. A $1 increase on a $2 chocolate bar is a big jump of a snack budget. A $10 increase on a $1,500 iPhone, it feels less dramatic. Also, the brand loyalty will influence how elastic the demands are. iPhone has extremely strong brand loyalty, which means their fans will resist buying a phone that isn't an iPhone, whereas chocolate brands are easily replaceable. So why do we, as an engineer, have to know about this? Why does elasticity matter for engineers? Well, that's because engineers make decisions on how much the item will cost, how good their performance would be, what kind of materials would go inside, and what kind of features the product will have. As an engineers, there will be a trade-offs between performance and cost. If we want to make a car using stronger materials, that will make it safer but also more expensive. If we want to place larger battery on our laptop, it will make it more convenient but more expensive. If we want to place more advanced sensor to our patient, it will make the item more accurate, but again, it will be more expensive. So we have to keep asking the questions, are they really worth it? Will the consumers risk paying extra for these features? Let's say we live in an ideal world where demand is completely inelastic, which means consumers will purchase the item regardless of price. In this case, engineers can have much freedom they want while they are creating the product. Let's say there is a car. We can add cool wings to it. We can add jet engines to make it faster. We can add golden wheels to our design. And although these sounds very cool, there's a reason why cars do not look like that. Every upgrade comes with an increase in cost, and as long as demand isn't completely inelastic, this is not a feasible design. This is also a great example of how elasticity have influenced the engineering industry. So, in the pandemic, the car demand has increased, but the chips which the cars are needed to make, they have inelastic supply, which means the production cannot increase quickly to meet the demand. This forced the car companies to make less cars when they needed to. And this shows that in an economical constraint, in this case the inelastic supply, can lead can directly limit what engineers can design. Even if engineers want to produce more cars, sometimes the supply chain simply cannot respond to that fast enough. Disruptive technologies are innovations that completely changes how industry works. Examples include 3D printing, smartphones, and artificial intelligence. These technologies reshape the consumer behavior, business models, and even the engineering decisions. They also influence heavily on elasticity of the product. For example, due to invention of Netflix and YouTube, demand for DVD became more elastic because there are new substitutes available. Invention of 3D printing have lowered the production cost, which made the supply more elastic. And overall, disruptive technology raises the consumer expectation since they can easily switch to substitutes, and that makes the demand overall more elastic, and engineers must keep up with these trends. That is it from me, and thank you for listening.